intoxicated men at the TVWAN supermarket on Sunday. A second person was killed when relatives of one of the guards, who died from injuries sustained during the initial confrontation, retaliated and escalated the fighting. Above all, female vendors have now lost business and thousands of kina worth of goods.
Witnesses, mostly market vendors and bystanders at Waigani, reported that a brawl broke out at TVWAN supermarket on Sunday afternoon between a group of intoxicated men and the shop security guards. As a result, a security guard from Enga was fatally injured, which led to his demise. The situation escalated today when the relatives of the deceased guard retaliated, leading to the death of another person and burning down of market tables and stalls.
Because of lookout security good plan. Also no sakam fight them come up market.
Female vendors who sell vegetables and second-hand clothes are devastated because this means a great loss of income for them and their families.
So now I'm like how much 1,000
A widow lost 1,000 kina worth of sweet potato. She is extremely worried because she has school-age children to look after. They are calling on the city authority to quickly complete work on the main market facility so they can conduct business as soon as possible.
Okay, all giving me 3 months, yeah. 3 months and me have rules. Now and me is up 1 year, 5 months. 2 years, 5 months, 6 months, and me is up. Me is up now. No matter what travel come up inside the main market. That's all. I all give him 3 months here, 3 months and go have rules. Now me now time to good here. Me is up here, picking in go back up. Man, Mary all go back up. Now look at money. School picking in my hat. Also now me go Saba Street now. Now me market yeah.
The vendors say renovation work on the main market facility is taking too long. They have had to endure the hot, dusty and extreme wet weather out in the open. Now, their only place of business is in ashes.
Help me plan a trap in that location or no God is the location. Also one of you give me good planis. Now it's called me innocent blocks in Bagarap. Now I'm going to send me damage and also one of now. Try to me black.
Police continue to monitor the situation at the incident site. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
Papua New Guinea has reached a historic medical milestone as the first ever kidney transplant operations have been successfully performed at the Port Moresby General Hospital. Governor-General Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai has commended the breakthrough, applauding local doctors and nurses for their role in the complex surgeries. The procedures were completed last week with oversight and support from the UK-based Transplant Links community, who also provided vital training to local medical staff. Sir Bob says the achievement is not only life-saving, but also a major step forward or toward reducing the high cost of overseas treatment for kidney patients in PNG. He noted that many citizens have had to raise hundreds of thousands of kina for treatment abroad, a burden that may now be eased. The Governor-General, who with Lady Emmeline has long advocated for improved access to kidney care, says the success comes at a meaningful time as the nation celebrates its 50th independence anniversary. More than 940 students from Marinville Catholic Secondary School celebrated 18 of their fellow sisters who graduated today after completing the Senesim PNG program, an 11-week values-based leadership initiative officially rolled out following a memorandum of understanding between the National Department of Education and the PNG Tribal Foundation in November 2024. 18 students from Marianville Catholic Secondary School graduated from the Senesim PNG program today. Held at the school's main hall, the ceremony marked a milestone in the implementation of the program, which seeks to instill moral character, ethical leadership and civic responsibility in students across Papua New Guinea. Present at the ceremony were distinguished guests including President of PNG Tribal Foundation, Gary Buston, representatives from program sponsors ExxonMobil and Acting Deputy Education Secretary Camillus Canau.
True education is not just academic, it is about character. And programs like Senesim PNG strengthen that foundation. This is what we mean when we talk about whole person development in our education system.
The 11-week program began in February and concluded in April this year. Students engaged in structured transformation table discussions, tackling topics such as respect, integrity, and positive influence. During graduations, student leaders from grades 9 to 12 shared heartfelt testimonies of how the program has changed their perspectives on leadership and personal responsibility.
Many successful people have inherited these values, completely changed their lives from being nobody to somebody. Therefore, as young ladies here, and also the citizens of this country, we all should strive for these values in order to be successful in our lives, now and in the future.
The highlight of the ceremony was the official presentation of Senesim PNG certificates, led by representatives from the Education Department and PNG Tribal Foundation. The Senesim PNG program was launched under the MOU signed in late 2024, allowing for integration of character-building modules in the national school curriculum.
And so you are the very first school in the whole country to start with the Senesim PNG program. It's not just for the students, the Senesim PNG program. Each of you are now change agents. You have an opportunity to take Senesim PNG to whoever you wish, and you can be change agents in your own world.
The PNG Tribal Foundation and the Department of Education partnered to deliver this initiative to help nurture ethical and morally grounded leaders for the country's future. As the students celebrated their achievements, the program's success was recognized as a step forward in creating a culture of responsible and empowered youth leadership in Papua New Guinea. The Kandep District Development Authority, led by Chairman and Kandep MP Don Pollier, presented its acquittals to the Department of Implementation and Rural Development today. The acquittals are from 2021 till 2024 District Services Improvement Program.
The Kandep district in Enga province became the 74th district to present its DSIP acquittals today out of the 118 districts in the country. This presentation is part of the compliance with government requirements for transparency and accountability in the use of public funds allocated under the District Services Improvement Program. However, Kandep is among districts that have been noted for delays in submitting acquittals in the past, as many districts have struggled to meet deadlines set by the Ombudsman Commission and DIRD.
I must apologize to you, to your team here, for coming in late after the date that was set for the presenting of the acquittals to the Department of Implementation and Rural Development. In the same token, I also apologize to the Ombudsman Commission. I think it's doing a good job in partnering with yourself, DRD, in making sure that the MPs and the governors, we present our acquittals to the people of this country through the process. And the Ombudsman Commission has also done an excellent job in supporting you to get acquittals in, and I also apologize to them for the lateness of the Kandep district.
The acquittals are essential for verifying how public funds were used and ensuring projects benefit the community. The DIRD and Ombudsman Commission have emphasized the importance of timely acquittal submissions to avoid breaches of leadership codes and potential misconduct charges. The presentation by CONDEP DDA under Don Polier's leadership indicates progress towards meeting these accountability standards.
We will be more interested in fiscal reports, which actually measures your performance on the ground level, the outcomes, the outputs, the outcomes, the impacts of if people have actually their lives have actually improved.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
At the presentation of CONDEP's DSIP acquittals, MP Polier expressed significant concerns regarding staffing levels in the district, citing it as a major factor hindering progress in development initiatives.
At today's presentation of CONDEP's 2021 to 2024 DSIP acquittals, MP Don Polier highlighted the need for a more robust workforce to effectively manage and execute development programs. He emphasized that an increased number of qualified staff would lead to improved coordination and efficiency in service delivery in the community. The lack of sufficient manpower, he argued, directly impacts the district's ability to meet the needs of the population and to achieve developmental goals.
To also just give a bit of a background to some situational issues in terms of the public service, we kind of did not have a full public service in place, awaiting the Department of Personnel Management to appoint the two deputy secretaries, the third level management, and everybody else down the echelon of the structure. The only time that all those officers were appointed was, I think, a month ago.
By raising these issues, Polier aims to draw attention to the critical need for support and resources to enhance the district's operational capacity, ultimately striving for better outcomes for the people of CONDEP.
I also ask people to not just look at my bad sides, also look at some good sides too. The way you criticize me, also praise me for the good things I do. It would be unfair for you to criticize me for the bad things, but you forget to praise me for the good things. You list down the bad things I've done and also list down the good things I've done and count. The good side list outweigh the bad or the bad outweigh the good. The other thing is whatever you do in trouble fights and killing each other or stealing at a district or doing other things to stop my work, that is not counted as my bad because you are creating it, because you are political against me. So that's unfair, but I'm talking about genuine things.
Department of Implementation and Rural Development Secretary Haiwaki acknowledged Polier's concerns and admitted that districts must have manpower to drive the government's agenda in service delivery.
But it's all administrative matter. Let me stress here. It's the district, the province, and us. Let's make sure there's accountability there. Do it administratively rather than having OC behind our back all the time.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Meantime, West Civic Provincial Government presented its 2024 acquittals today as well.
We hereby submit the 2024 fiscal year acquittal report for development funds. Receipts and expenditure by the West Civic Province to the Department of Rural Development of BED in compliance with the enabling acts and guidelines issued for proper management, accounting and reporting for public funds.
It's all the time bothering your mind, and it's all about putting it together, and sometimes along the way you will find some information in the staff.
This is TVWAN News. Among stories after the break, Simbu grows health workforce and night angels feed the homeless.
Hiya, Mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
Tell him shorty come get it. Come grind on me, but met it. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi bottle.
Ruiz hit it well. Dumfries in the Lautaro Martinez. Hit it magnificently. Paris Saint-Germain won. And Inter ahead again in this side. Are into the final of the Champions League.
Cosmo and Wanda are back with their new kid Hazel. These fairies will make dreams come true, one mishap at a time. Don't miss the brand new series, The Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish, starts May 26th, only on Nickelodeon. Also available on demand. Check with your local operator for more info.
Welcome back. After almost serving the residents of Rabaul and Malaguna 1 for 30 years, Water PNG has decommissioned the water reservoir tank. This paves the way for the construction of a new and improved reservoir that will better meet the water supply needs of the growing population in Rabaul Town and Malaguna 1 areas. The current red light reservoir tank site in Rabaul Town, which has been a crucial part of the local water infrastructure, has provided clean and reliable water to the community for many years. However, with the increasing demands on the water supply system and the need for modernization, Water PNG Limited has deemed it necessary to upgrade the facility. A proud moment for Chimbu Province as the Kundiawa College of Community Health Workers celebrated its 10th graduation on Thursday, May 15th. 43 students received diplomas in nursing and first aid in a ceremony that reflects a decade-long vision of building local health capacity. Under the Chimbu skies and before proud families and leaders, 43 graduates from the Kundiawa College of Community Health Workers stepped onto the ceremonial stage to mark a major milestone. The college's 10th graduate. The college was founded through a partnership between the Simbu provincial government and the Provincial Health Authority. Then Governor Noah Kul, who remains in office today, spearheaded the initiative to address critical shortages in the province's health sector. National Department of Health Representative Julie Dobsey acknowledged the end of the original 49-module curriculum and announced the introduction of a new revised program focused on patient-centered care.
Our graduates, they are novice, see them as novice. It is a learning process. And then they go up to the being competent. And then from being competent, they will climb up to be an expert. So but you climb ladder of a small boss not to finish. You start from down there and then you will climb up. From novice to be competent and CXW all the way to being an expert. You, the graduating students, we must understand that our health system is an evolving system. Meaning that over the something before you be trained Slovenia, I'm not of one kind. It's always changing. So, in order for you to be able to provide a contemporary health practice, you must also be learning, continue learning.
As Chimbu continues to face health challenges in rural and remote areas, the impact of these newly trained workers will be felt far beyond this graduation stage. With certificates in hand and a purpose in heart, these 43 graduates represent more than a class. They represent a future built on local strength, commitment, and care. The Kundiawa CHW College continues to grow the province's health workforce, one graduate at a time. In a region where fashion is rapidly emerging as a platform for cultural identity and creative expression, one name continues to stand out: Insenia Mins, a proud daughter of Papua New Guinea with roots in East Civic and New Island Province. Mins is now set to represent her country on one of the Pacific's most prestigious platforms, Fiji Fashion Week 2025, taking place from May 30 to 31st in Suva. Mins's journey into fashion began in 2023 with PNG Fashion Week. It was the launchpad of her career. Despite early nerves and self-doubt, it quickly became evident that she possessed potential and presence. In 2024, she made her international runway debut in Sydney, capturing attention for her elegance and authenticity. Mins's participation in Fiji Fashion Week 2025 represents more than personal success. It is a symbol of what's possible for young talent from small nations with big dreams. Night Angels Uni-Social event is a program sponsored by the Universal Church that brings hope to Port Moresby's homeless at night. The Universal Church recently activated the Night Angel Initiative and is reaching out and supporting those experiencing homelessness on the city's streets at night.
Universal Church recently activated the Night Angel Initiative to reach out to the homeless. Night Angel teams ventured out into Port Moresby, specifically visiting the 4-mile and 3-mile areas. It was a moving experience for the team members to meet and hear directly from people living on the streets about the circumstances that led them to being homeless.
For I was hungry and you gave me food. These are the words that the Lord Jesus said. We usually have our Unisocial during the daytime and we invite people who are outside to come and receive food. But today we are doing a different project, which is called the Night Angels Project with our Unisocial team. We prepared some food baskets, some snacks, some drinks, and we're going to be going out there to the streets of Papua New Guinea today. We know the streets during the night are dangerous, but we have a team of people, not just the women that we see here, but the men as well, and some others who are going to be going out with us for this special unisocial event to feed those who are hungry, homeless, out and about now on the street during the night. And I am sure that through the food and through the word that they're going to receive, the evangelization on the street, God is going to touch their lives.
Many individuals shared heartbreaking stories of their daily struggles for survival. They spoke of the constant challenge to find food, sometimes going days without eating. One particularly striking story was of an entire family who had been homeless for 28 years, surviving by collecting cans, selling small items at markets, or depending on the compassion of strangers for food. Those living on the streets described it as a restless and sleepless life. During the day, they wander, searching for something to eat or a way to earn a little money. At night, they return to the usual sleeping spots, often only to be disturbed or chased away. In response, the Universal Church's Night Angel team provided practical help in the form of food. Importantly, they also shared words of faith and encouragement, assuring individuals that with God's help, their situations can change. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
Now for the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2444 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2369 US, $0.3672 Australian dollars, $0.2040 euro and 34.03 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, cocoa and crude oil closed higher, coffee and copper closed lower, copper and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend. PNG's own coffee.
Johnston with some room to move. Alex Johnston, he kicks it again. This should be a try. Alex Johnston did.
It's an unstoppable rush. Taking that extra mile, pushing beyond the limit and making it happen. Feeling the passion for rugby and empowering the next generation. Feel the power.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. Qantas jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
I'll always be there to support you, to be your lover, to be your best friend, forever, Dominique Garcia.
For always. All I want is for you to keep your word.
We'll always fight like this. This is getting exhausting.
You're not the only one.
I can make you feel good.
As always?
I tried to call you, but you couldn't be reached. I messaged you, but you still couldn't be reached. Were you doing it on purpose?
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Paradise Private Hospital is leading Papua New Guinea's shift into digital healthcare, joining hundreds of international experts at the 2025 Digital Health Festival in Melbourne. Held over 2 days under the theme Transforming Healthcare Through Connection, the event brings together over 800 senior executives to explore technologies role in improving patient care, efficiency, and access to medical services. Representing Papua New Guinea, the Paradise Private Hospital team is connecting with global health leaders and service providers to learn and share insights on how digital tools like artificial intelligence, telehealth, and mobile apps are reshaping healthcare delivery. PPH is working to implement a digital hospital management system aiming to bring faster, more effective and more affordable healthcare to patients across the country. Turning abroad, the recent federal election was the first time many young people voted, but they may have been ill-equipped for the task. Recent civics exams highlighted that students don't have a comprehensive knowledge of national institutions and political systems. Research shows younger Australians are exposed to misinformation as they rely on social and electronic media for information. But there is now an effort to provide them with media literacy through the national curriculum.
Welcome everybody to the Museum of Australian Democracy here at Old Parliament House. Can I get you to sit on the end seat?
It's a rite of passage for generations of young Australians.
What are we noticing in this space?
The school trip to Parliament House and the nation's capital to learn about democracy and national institutions firsthand.
A politician is probably a possible job for me. I would like to do that.
So we might be running together in a few years' time.
Or against each other.
There's a yearning to understand more about our history of why we have the democracy we do, how they can participate.
But experts are worried traditional approaches to engaging kids in civics are no longer cutting through. Recent national tests showed just 28% of Year 10 students and only 43% of Year 6 learners are proficient in civics, the lowest levels since testing began 2 decades ago.
It has had a more steep decline. That should be something that we all take really seriously. We need our children to, really understand those democratic values on which this country is built.
They can't or won't connect with the views of the younger generation.
Misinformation needs...
At Ambervale High on Sydney's southwestern outskirts, they try to engage students in civics with real-world examples.
The future voters, will we be...
But teacher Joe Novak says students feel ignored by mainstream politics.
They do feel that their voice is not heard, and they do really question whether the political parties are taking their views on board.
There are warnings that the impacts of Australia's poor performance in civics education extend well beyond the classroom. Australia's Governor-General Sam Mostyn is among those who believe it has implications for the future of democracy itself, especially when paired with the threat of misinformation online.
I think misinformation and disinformation is the great scourge of our time.
In the recent election, misinformation flooded social media channels where budding voters got their information.
What's a leading question?
Now Australia's National Curriculum Authority has announced it'll launch a specific media literacy module to help teens sort fact from fiction.
If you only have one camera running...
It'll be woven into different subjects, and it's part of Australia's first national media literacy strategy, announced in December.
We need them to be able to sort those things through and look at the evidence.
And even though it is truthful, you're making it.
At Brisbane State High School, they've been early adopters of media literacy. Today, teacher Amy Gust is guiding students through the process of making news.
And he creates a documentary that says, the school's terrible, but you didn't sign up for that.
Students learn to analyse media and decide whether it's misinformation or not, and how to create their own media content safely, in a lesson much like those that'll be rolled out nationally.
Building the skills within a student to look at something and go, can I trust that? Or, what question should I ask first? Or who made that? And what vested interest do they have in it?
There's homework for parents too. The National Curriculum Authority says it's also up to them to talk with their children about civics. And these budding voters say the key to government engaging them is to take them more seriously.
We're really invested in how the government's going to handle our future because it's going to impact us the most. And they need to understand that we're not just here for all of the silly little videos and edits. We want to understand what's happening in our country.
Room for improvement at home, at school, and at election time.
A proposal to boost Washington's diplomatic relations with Pacific Island nations received a new push in the U.S. Congress amid President Donald Trump's erratic foreign policy direction and faltering interest in the region. Proponents of the diplomatic reinforcement Thursday revived the Our Pacific Partnership Act, which would mandate the Department of State to institute a clear and comprehensive strategy to enhance the United States diplomatic posts, defense posture, and economic engagements with the Pacific Island bloc. Representative Ed Case, a Democratic lawmaker from Hawaii, authored the same bill in the previous session of the U.S. House of Representatives. The bill was passed by the House but never voted on by the U.S. Senate. Regional experts have warned that Trump's lukewarm engagements, aid cuts, and climate change denial will pose a major setback to the U.S.-Pacific partnership rebuilt in recent years and, subsequently, embolden China even more to amplify its regional clout. Thousands of protesters have taken to the streets of Melbourne to mark the Nakba, a day that recognizes the mass displacement of Palestinians during the 1948 Arab-Israeli War.
The scale of this protest could be seen from above. Melbourne streets were filled, tram lines paused by a crowd outsizing regular demonstrations.
Australians are coming out to commemorate the 77th anniversary of the Nakba, the Palestinian catastrophe, where Palestine disappeared and Israel came.
Palestine will be free! An estimated 750,000 Palestinians fled or were expelled from their homes in 1948 in the Arab-Israeli War. This year's Nakba commemorations were, for many, extra charged, given the death and displacement continuing in Gaza.
We're all here for a humanitarian reason at the end of the day. It's not just political for us.
In Brisbane, pots and pans wielded to symbolise starvation as the humanitarian blockade continues.
It's just shocking what's going on there. It shouldn't be happening in the first place.
We are a global player. I strongly disagree with Albanese's statement that this hasn't got anything to do with us. That is absurd.
Protesters marched for hours from the State Library of Victoria to the St Kilda foreshore, a path based on the From the River to the Sea catch cry tied to the Palestinian cause, but condemned by some Jewish groups who say it calls for the abolition of Israel. They were met by pro-Israeli counter-protesters as they crossed the Yarra. Police kept the two groups separate and there were no arrests.
It's been difficult to get an accurate grasp on crowd numbers here, but at its peak, the crowd stretched for hundreds and hundreds of metres through Melbourne CBD.
Police are investigating whether a sign displayed outside the library contravenes recent laws against displaying Nazi symbols.
Weather warnings have been issued for parts of New South Wales with heavy rain causing flash floods. The M1 motorway is one of many road closures on the Central Coast. In the Hunter Valley, rain and winds have forced the closure of Newcastle Airport.
I'm here at Newcastle's Nobby's Beach now, indeed overnight and stretching into today. Some wild and windy conditions, certainly soggy underfoot. We've had bursts of rain, but also I guess sort of where it's just sort of drizzling and has set in. But dangerous surf indeed behind me. As well, we've got marine weather warnings in place generally along the coast from the Central Coast up to the mid-north coast. So it's too hazardous to go in. Indeed, in the coming days as well, we'll see some beach erosion to follow. Now, let's go inland. We've had problems, I guess, on local roads, but also on the major ones. The M1 Pacific Motorway closed at Beresfield. Water, it was underwater towards Beresfield earlier today. Also problems at the airport, part of the terminal roof blown off, and the tarmac underwater. So concerns there. So it's your generalised concerns of water on roads, causeways, etc. We've had it worse here in the Hunter Valley in terms of storms, but indeed this one seems to have set in and is causing problems, I guess, here on land and out to sea.
The Great Australian Cattle Drive kicks off in outback Queensland, a 3-month journey driving cattle from Longreach to Roma.
At the crack of dawn, in a cloud of dust, 1,600 head of cattle hit the road with a team of drovers.
This is no frills. This is camped in a swag on the ground with a mob of bellowing cattle and walking along paddock with them. It's legendary stuff.
The 85-day charity event along Queensland's historic stock routes will provide a financial boost for those struggling to make ends meet.
There's 1 in 5 Australians this now that are actually suffering some sort of food insecurity each week.
What can they do to make sure that people know that there is an issue, but there is a solution?
Governor of Queensland, Dr. Jeanette Young, launched the cattle drive.
I've never swung on a gate to open it to 1,700 cattle to come through.
Along the way, participants will take part in a series of events, bringing support and tourism to rural communities. While there was devastating flooding further to the west, the country out here wasn't impacted, but has seen the benefit of the much-needed rain.
The best season I've ever seen since I've been doing it, yeah, plenty of variety, and the cattle should do really well.
A salute to the stockmen of old, but also providing inspiration for the future.
Make one tractor. Like that.
And that ends our news segment. Coming up in sports, Muruk's surges to top of competition and strong start in youth competition.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home. With an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
You sabi to awesome condom and one way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy? Tingim, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
We are Premier League. Still Minter! Van Dijk! Virgil van Dijk!
There's no courage without fear.
That is a
And no victory without sacrifice. Through all the chaos and bedlam, there's a bond that binds each state together. It's called mateship, the embodiment of loyalty, friendship, and solidarity. Mateship drives these men to rise above the combat. When the body is broken and lungs are screaming,
back out there. Hunt dashing upfield. Hunt through. Hunt goes all the way inside. Goes up. Queensland defending at one end and scoring at the other.
Trace Urban is Trace's flagship TV, exclusively dedicated to the best urban music and artists. Trace Urban offers a unique mix of the most popular American, European, African and Caribbean urban music genres. Trace Urban benefits from the power and musical expertise of Trace, which has endlessly promoted African music stars since 2003 on all its channels. Welcome to Trace Urban. We are urban music.
Welcome back. Well, it's New South Wales Blues and the Queensland Maroons who have named their sides for the State of Origin Series opener at the Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane on May 28. Both Blues and Maroons camps have named experienced players and some bolters in their 20-man teams.
Fires it straight away, Bradman.
The New South Wales Blues head coach Laurie Daly has named his best side to retain the State of Origin shield. The Blues coach retained most of the players from last year, except for Bulldogs prop Max King, who makes his debut. Dylan Edwards has retained his spot at fullback. Brian To'o and Zach Lomax also retained their spots on the wing, and Stephen Crichton and Latrell Mitchell slot into centres. Mitchell Moses narrowly beat incumbent Jerome Loy to the number 6 jumper. He will partner Nathan Cleary in the halves. Payne has Mitchell Barnett, Angus Crichton, Liam Martin and Isaiah makes the forward pack, and the hooker is Rhys Robson. Connor Watson, Spencer Leniu, Hudson Young and Max King makes up the bench. On the extended bench are Campbell Graham, Stefano Yutu Kamano and Haumole Olokoatu. Maroons coach Billy Slater, on the other hand, was forced to make a late reshuffle in the back line following injury on the weekend, which allows Roosters centre Robert Toya to make his Origin debut with just 10 NRL games experience under his belt. Kylan Ponga was given a nod for the fullback spot. Veteran Maroons centre Valentine Holmes and Xavier Coates are named on the wings, and debutant Toya and Hamiso Tebuai Fido makes up the centre pairing. The halves are locked with Cameron Munster and captain Dalit Cherry Evans. The forwards are Moyaki Fotuweka, Tinofa Aswa Malawi, Reuben Kota, Jeremiah Nanai and Patrick Carrigan. On the interchange bench is Tom Deeden, Lindsay Collins, Beufemo and Trent Liero. Ketman, Jesse Artas and Kulikefu Funefuyaki are named on the extended bench. State of Origin Game 1 will be played at Suncorp Stadium on May 28th. Both teams will form a camp each in preparation for this much-anticipated game. Watch this game on TVWAN Sports.
The Digicel ExxonMobil Cup has a new competition leader in PRK Mendy Muruks. The Muruks are sitting on top of the points ladder after edging out Lace-Neck's Tigers 28 points to 20 in the top of the table clash in Ley yesterday.
Leaders, Muruks players look a touch offside. The PRK Mendy Muruks have put together consistent football in the first 6 regular rounds of the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup competition to surge to the top of the competition points ladder. Muruks enter the Ley Rugby League round as equal favourites with Lace-Neck's Tigers. This was the test they had to pass to be considered a real title contender, handing Tigers their first defeat of the season. They have defeated Tigers, NPL Engamioks, PRK Gulf Iso, West New Britain Kimber Cutters and Rabaul Gurrias to surge to the top. Muruks registered a draw in round 2 against Goroka Lahanis at the National Sports Institute in Goroka. Tigers, after this defeat, slipped down to 3rd position on the points ladder behind Croton Hella Wigman. Here is your competition points ladder after round 6. PRK Mendy Muruks leads the competition. Croton Hella Wigman sits 2nd on the ladder. Tigers move to 3rd. Moni Plus and CDC Port Moresby Vipers makes the top 4. At 5 and 6 positions is Bintanga Goroka Lahanis and East New Britain Egma Gurrias. Asilawage Tumbe sits on 7th place. Guest Resources Central Dabaris, PRK Gulf Iso, NPL Engamioks and Wampinga Mount Hagen Eagles and West New Britain Kimber Cutters settles for the bottom spot. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
In a stunning turnaround after 4 consecutive losses, the PRK Gulf Iso secured an impressive 26 points to 14 upset victory over a favoured Central Dabaris in round 6 of the 2025 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup at the Santos National Football Stadium on Sunday. This win marked a significant rebound for the Iso, who had previously struggled with a single win against Kimber Cutters in round 1.
Despite being labelled underdogs, Iso demonstrated patience, resilience and determination throughout the match. Coach Roger Laka's young squad, led by inspirational prop and stand-in captain Charles Schul, centre Rayvat Vincent and lanky middle forward Otto Rakonai, showcased their passion and heart in every play. The match featured strong performances from Iso's Junior Kumul and rising half Felix Baki, who skillfully partnered with Ismail Vayake to orchestrate several attacking moves on the left edge that resulted in multiple tries. As the clock wound down and the Dabaris attempt a comeback, narrowing the score to 12-16, Iso's defense stood firm. Fullback and man of the match Kenny Laho, alongside centre Rayvat Vincent, sealed the game by scoring 2 additional tries, extending the final score to 26-14 and securing victory for the Gulf boys. This win not only reflects the potential of the young squad, but also serves as a testament to their ability to overcome adversity against established opponents. Sunday's win has elevated Iso to 9th place with 4 points. The Dabaris drops from 5th to 8th place after the loss.
Yeah, we have a tendency to lose the second half. We just went through our first half stats and then just getting back into the grind. If we complete our sets, get to those kicks and work hard in defense, eventually the results will come. So a couple of games, we've been in there, but we lost our way in the back end. It was good today that, Dabaris came out, scored 2 quick tries, and it put us on the back foot. But, credit to the boys, they regrouped, we got back into the grind and, we finished off strong. So that's a positive we're going to work hard on maintaining into our next games.
Too many fundamental errors. Too many penalties given away. Too many drop balls. just a bad day for our boys today. So I'm pretty disappointed in the efforts today. So we have a big week this week. We have to sort it out before we go and play Qatar. I think Qatar had a close game last against Vipers, I think. So.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Round 1 of the inaugural PNG National Youth Competition kicked off on a high note over the weekend. Agmak Gurias, Hagen Eagles and Goroka Lahanis recorded impressive wins. The success of Round 1 sets a strong foundation for what is expected to be a thrilling inaugural season, showcasing the bright future of rugby league in Papua New Guinea.
The action commenced on Saturday at the Queen Elizabeth Park in Rabaul, where Agmak Gurias showcased class by defeating Port Moresby Vipers 24-12. This victory is a testament to the revival of the school's rugby league program in the region, particularly in Eastern Britain, which is renowned for its strong rugby league culture and grassroots development. At the Santos National Football Stadium was a thrilling match-up between Central Dabaris and Mount Hagen Eagles on Sunday. Both teams entered the contest displaying excellent skills, speed and agility in their early sets. The Eagles, playing with more energy and intent in both attack and defense, managed to put Dabaris on the back foot multiple times to lead 12-4. However, Dabaris demonstrated resilience and never backed down. Their silky ball skills and speed on the left edge allowed them to score 2 unconverted tries in quick succession, leveling the score at 12-all. In a dramatic finish, the Eagles clinched victory with a field goal on full time, ending the match at 13-12. Eagles coach Bobby Coker said it was a lifetime experience for his boys coming to Port Moresby for the first time, and to experience playing at the NFS facility was quite overwhelming.
Through this atmosphere, and most of them are their first time to Port Moresby, and maybe it's the venue that have them to pick up the pace. So I would like to thank the Mount Hagen Eagles franchise for approving us to play under their naming rights, and also I would like to thank our minor sponsor, the MFC. SME business in Hagen.
They are the good, the right straight. Defense Lumbla, second half, a little bit. Plenty boys are more. They are not adapted to this environment. So, yeah, all adapt to the environment, so all a little bit. Stamina will pick up the environment, so they are the well in this score.
The Barras coach Moses Motuka admitted his boys made a lot of errors, but happy with the effort. He is confident the boys will learn and take a lot of positives from the loss.
Well, we have to really work on our defense. Our defense was really down today. We had a lot of missed tackles, so we will have to go to the drawing board and work on them.
Meanwhile, in Eastern Highlands, Goroka Lahanis delivered a commanding performance, thrashing Ley Tigers 20-8 at the National Sports Institute Oval. These results underscore the regional pride and emerging talent in the PNG rugby league landscape, and also signal a promising future for the sport. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that's all we have for sports. Now for the weather forecast. Southern region, Port Moresby, partly cloudy with possible afternoon then evening showers. Popondetta, cloudy periods with rain then rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, Ley, mostly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Kavian, Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy with periods of rain then rain showers and thunderstorms. Highlands, Mount Hagen, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with heavy showers, then rain and possible thunderstorms. Oceans forecast. Coral Sea, seas moderate to rough with southeast winds of 15 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 33 knots. Solomon Sea, seas slight with southeast to easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Seas, seas smooth to slight with east to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, sees slight with northeast to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. And coastal waters. Waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru, Kiwai Island, Kerma, Yule Island, Hood Point to Samarai Island, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. And waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.5 to 1 meter. And that has been another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
Hurry PNG and enter today to be considered for the 2025 Power Play PNG Awards.